Hey, how's it going, you guys? Long time no video, I know, and I've just been kind of caught up in the middle of things. So, first thing is that I did get this nice little black notebook here. And why did I get a black notebook with black pages? Because when you write on it, it looks really nice and it just like has this really nice contrast. Even when I write post-it notes now, like they just have a lot more pop to them. And I really appreciate that because it makes it a lot more like able for me to just like notice it, you know. I don't just like kind of skim over it. I'm like looking at it and stuff, but that's just like some like nonsense aside. Actual like down to business things. So I'm still trying to scale OBEX Fitness into like this full-blown fitness agency, this full-blown fitness coaching business. And currently, right, I know that I have a lot of knowledge to give to you guys about just like, you know, how to get better at the gym and a lot of different things that are really beneficial in order for you to progress in the gym. Now, if you go to my website here, I'll go ahead and just like flip the camera around so you guys can see it. But here's my website. So unlock your true fitness potential, right? Real results, real science. Here's my before picture right over here. My after picture right over here. As you can see, I am a 1,000-pound club member. I achieved full body flexibility and mobility, and I lost 40 pounds in just 3 months post bulk. And I have a 3-tier methodology here. So the first one is going to be just like traditional evidence. So that's just like basic stuff, progressive overload, right? Macros, you know, learning how to have good recovery and having a good training split, right? These are all foundational things that everyone needs to know in and out, or well, inside of the gym, right? But even in and outside of the gym, there's like things like what to eat, right? Which are really important for you to just have some consistent progress on a day-to-day basis, right? Just like going into the gym and working out is not going to be enough if you don't have enough protein, for instance, or going to the gym and working out is not going to be sustainable if you don't have the right split, for instance, right? Now, if you go into specificity here, specialized technical knowledge is going to be referring to specific mechanics that are going to help you progress in specific exercises. So let's say it's going to be something like a lat pull down, right? A lot of people, for instance, have trouble in the bottom portion of a lat pull down. So we can always utilize something called like a 1 1/2 rep sequence. It's also really beneficial for things like a squat when you're going down and you're having trouble out of the hole and staying upright. So that 1 1/2 sequence, you go down, you know, you go up halfway, you go down again, and you go up. This really helps with that contracted position, that shortened position of the back. And that's pretty much just going to help you out to gain a little bit of strength in that range of motion specifically. Because a lot of people have differing ranges of strength and different ranges of motion. Excuse me, you know, it's just been so long since I actually recorded a video. Now, there's other things over there, kind of like powerlifting form and like different hypertrophy protocols, like, you know, how many sets per week maximum or per session maximum is generally a good idea. Or specific things like body weight mastery and bracing. These are specific things that are really important in order for you to actually make proper progress, but they're not going to be like just basic, flat out, like basic foundational things, right? They're going to be things that you learn as you actually are able to get into that gym and you're actually able to have a consistent routine over the course of 2 to 4 weeks. Then you'll start going into things like learning how to brace properly, learning how to really take control of your body weight, learning how to use your core effectively, things like that. And then the last one is going to be esoteric knowledge. So this is things like mewing, this is things like fascial release, myofascial release. These are things like, for instance, lymphatic drainage massages. So these are things that go beyond the actual application of simply trying to get stronger or simply trying to make some progress in the gym. And it goes into the aspect or the domain of actually trying to maximize your health and wellness. And so even incorporating things like hormonal health is going to be really crucial at that stage of really trying to optimize your life and your living, because once you realize that your external appearance is a manifestation of your internal, not only your internal desires, but your internal state of mind and your internal mindset, you understand that you really want to be taking this full thing seriously. That's when you really start to unlock and realize, hey, it's not just my body, it's also my face, it's also my whole presence that's being affected by this one training protocol. Again, that's something that I personally had to find out for myself. I was just obsessed over the gym, and it got to the point where, I still found little things that I didn't like about myself. And what did I do? I actually sought to find a way to improve those things completely naturally. If you look at my transformation on the website, I know right now I'm not in the best, physical appearance. But as you can see on the website, I look a lot better. And not only do I look a lot better, why do I look a lot better? It's because I've actually been able to implement things that have made me more healthful. So again, form follows function. When you actually look the part, it's because of the fact that you're actually executing things properly. I have forward growth in this before and after comparison. And that forward growth specifically comes from the fact that I took into account head and neck posture as one of those things to keep in mind while I was training. So it's just like there's little things that you really won't be able to know until you get really deep into it. And the thing about me is that I've spent the last 5 years of my life really just understanding how health and fitness works. And that has led me to this position where I just want to teach it to other people. Because even as I get into my own kind of ruts and my own little down periods in my life, health and fitness is something that I always tend to come back to and fall back on, specifically because of the fact that it's always going to be applicable to your current state of mind. If you don't feel good, go hit a workout. I guarantee you'll at least feel a little bit better. If you're stressed out over all kinds of business decisions, I guarantee you just go do some cardio for an hour and you'll feel a lot better. You'll have a lot more clarity. And one of the things that working out does, the other things can't really do, is that it genuinely puts you in a state of momentum. When you're working out and you're actually making progress, generally lifting weight and genuinely doing work, it's something that's like, I wouldn't say unavoidable, it's something that's like extremely apparent that you're actually working. So when you're in a rut and you're thinking, I can't do this, I can't do that, and you go to the gym, you have a workout, and you complete it, and you actually do something, it gives you the momentum to actually get into that next thing that you're trying to do in your life and to execute it properly and with intent. So that's kind of like an overview of what I am basing my training protocol around. Anyone that's interested in me, you can check out www.obex.fitness. Again, our whole training motto is the obstacle is the way. Whenever I find an insecurity in myself or whenever I find something that's stopping me from being able to truly live to my fullest potential, I see that it is up to me in order to get past that obstacle and to integrate it and include it into my next perspective of living. And so everyone has challenges, everyone has plateaus. We help you get past those plateaus so that you can fully lock in on your own path and fully get the results that you want. Again, if that is something that interests you guys, please feel free to check out my website. But even if it doesn't interest you guys, even if you're just here along for the journey, I'm just kind of giving you guys an update as to where I'm at. I think that in these next coming years, it's really going to define the way that I live my life. If I don't lock in, if I don't do the things that I'm supposed to be doing, I'm definitely going to just be stuck in the same place. And that's not something that I really enjoy. That's not something that anyone enjoys, right? So it's up to me to really put in the effort, make those calls, do all the things that I need to do in order to create this website into the thing that I want it to be. And I hope to take you guys along for the journey. I hope to actually train some of you guys and help some of you guys achieve the goals that you're wanting to achieve. Even if you guys don't want to sign up for an actual program, I'm going to try to be pushing out more content, more value, just because I want to immerse myself into this as much as possible. I know I've been really immersed into it before, and now there's just a lot more research coming out. There's a lot more things coming out. It's never been more exciting to get into health and fitness because of just how much support that there is and just how much larger the community has actually gotten. I understand for people who are just getting into the gym that it may be anxious or frightening at first, or anxiety inducing, I should say, instead of anxious. But having that right kind of program and having the right kind of mentality, understanding, hey, we're all here to crush it. We're all here to make some progress. We're all here to make, just do a little bit of something right. That's really all that you need in order to make some of that progress in the gym. So I hope you guys enjoyed. And honestly, I'll see you guys for the next time. All right. So I'm just going to count it down. It's 4, 3, 2, and I'm playing. All right, love you guys. Peace out.